Hey everybody, Wisdom here. It is a little after 4:30. We are going to come in now. Nitro Magna charge. We've got his base upgrades. We took him down the magnetic armaments path up top. Not a bad path. I personally prefer Magnet Tuner just because it's more unique. Magnetic armaments doesn't have the bigger numbers like Magnet Tuner, but it has small numbers that fire very, very fast. So really not a bad path up top. Comes down to what you personally prefer. On the bottom side, it's been a while since I was here and played with static buildup. Drag Racer, that one kind of catches my attention more than static buildup, but I couldn't take it with standard Magna charge because when I've got a character named Nitro, it just doesn't make sense not to take them down the Drag Racer path. So that's what we're going to do right now. Let me get over here to my spreadsheet for you. Looks like we're going to drag and shoot without stopping, and then rapid repel will do more damage, which that's what we pick up first. So let's go ahead and hop in here. Again, there's your great look at Nitro. That is the look for you of Nitro Magna Charge, complete with the top end Soul Gem multi-barrel. So I don't have a problem with it. I do kind of like the look of the single cannon he had. It kind of fit the pulses that he did a little bit more, but no real complaints with that. So we're going to come into the bottom side though. Static buildup, stun enemies with powerful bursts of static shock. If you're interested in that one, you're going to want to go in and check out Magna Charge's trip down that path. You can take that link at the top of the video description box to get there. But we're going to do Drag Racer. Throw around enemies with more powerful dragging abilities. Alright, now, it's important to note the price of $960 you see here for Rapid Repel. I've got the 18 Wing Sapphires functioning for us, so we get a pretty fat discount there. Rapid Repel, press Y while dragging an object or enemy to shoot it without stopping. So, that should be a nice touch. Seems insignificant, and I don't guess it's doing any damage increases, but we don't have to stop. So, the way this used to work is we would come in here, there's our sheep, and we would basically wait, that's right, tertiary. So it's gonna shoot it in front of us. Let's see. Good grief, we're not getting any luck. As you can see, like, I can keep going is the main thing. It's still gonna do the 20 to 30 if we'd ever see it. But like, even right here, I can toss that sheep way over here, keep going, instantaneously pick him back up. It's gonna be really helpful is the bottom line. You don't lose that increased speed. We even got a critical hit. If I have both or two objects, throw it forward, granted I'm picking him back up. You get the idea. Kind of a cool deal. So we'll slide over here, we'll hop down the power pod, rapid repel. Let's see here. That's odd. I don't know, we'll put 20 to 30. Can continue. I don't know, that doesn't really make sense. I'm actually going to back out of here. I've got some more questions and I have to answer them now or we'll be up the creek. So where's the sheep? There's one. He's coming back up the stairs first. So I'm dragging this guy. Everything's fine. If I press the Y button like the path wants us to do, we throw him forward. Now, as I drag him, if I press the A button, we throw him forward. So, and the A button is doing the 25. So, let's see here. Eject. Press attack 3 while dragging an object or enemy. Throw it behind. Press attack 2 to drag an enemy, press attack 2 to launch them forward. So, this is interesting because I don't know, 20 to 30 would be what we get with our primary, and then 25 to 38 secondary. I've got to see if we can keep gliding when we do that. Okay, you cannot. So that answers that. It kind of seems a little redundant to me, because essentially if I press, it's the A button here on the Wii U to start dragging and pick up the enemies. If I press it again, we throw them forward and we do 25 damage. Now, down the drag racer path, I'm pulling the guy along. I can press the A button still and do the same damage like I did with his, Magneto Ball box stock ability. But if I press the primary attack button, he does 20 to 30, but I can keep going. So the damage is less, but you can continue going. So I don't know. That's kind of strange. It's almost like I don't know. It just seems kind of like we already had that ability. I don't understand why the Y button is coming into play here. It seems like they could have just said, rapid repel. You can now throw enemies with Magneto Ball and continue moving. Let's test it with eject too before I go. I am getting really tired. When I said it was after 4:30, I don't mean PM, folks. So, eject is X. No. So that is really weird though. We basically eject. Everything starts with the press of the A button or the secondary attack button for whatever console you're on. If I press A, or your secondary attack button, we're going to throw it forward and the dragging stops. If we press the X button or your tertiary attack, you throw it behind you and the dragging stops. If you press the primary attack button, you throw it forward, do less damage than the secondary attack button, but you can continue going. So, interesting stuff. I don't know. I could have come up with some really cool stuff for this guy. That's kind of a bummer. That said, maybe this will make up for it. Opposites repel. Rapid repel does increase damage repulsive. Price is $12.80. Now the catch is, it's going to have to make a rapid repel not only do the same as Magneto Ball, the box stock ability, but it's going to have to exceed it significantly for me to be content with this. So, Magneto Ball, again, I'm going to do it for you first. We drag, we pick up the enemy, I press A or the secondary attack button again, and we get the 25 to 38. Now, I'm going to do the same thing with the Y button. And we get a sheep, so we'll try it again. 30. So I guess we will see 30 to 45. Yeah, I'm assuming since we saw a 32 times, it'll be our standard number. I don't think we'd ever be lucky enough to get the critical 3 times in a row. Still though, that's kinda just a little disappointing. I know if you've got a lot of action going on, it'll be worthwhile. But, 30 to 45. And you can continue dragging. So I don't know, that's only, we're sitting box stock ability, you're 25, 38, we're plus 5, plus 7. So essentially this is box stock, okay? Now what I can do down Drag Racer is I can come in, you can have the 2 obviously, but then I can, instead of using the A button again, I can use Y and throw a sheep, and continue dragging. So I can see it coming in handy, but I personally would have liked to have seen a lot higher damage out of that. So I don't know, not quite what I had in mind. In all honesty, I would have been happy with even more speed, or while you're pressing A you get more speed, or maybe if you're dragging and you rapidly tap the primary attack button you do, you get more speed. Maybe he leaves behind. What I really would have liked to have seen is, like, he's going so fast. He is a speed after all, but he goes so fast he leaves like a wake of fire, some sort of, you know, magnetic laser energy behind that damages enemies. Basically kind of like what we saw with Blast Zone and Boom Jet. I would personally have preferred that over Static Buildup or Drag Racer. I don't know, particularly Static Buildup I wasn't a huge fan of, but you know, it kind of added the speed boost and everything. You have the unique shocking abilities, which makes sense. This one I think will actually come in really handy. I think as I see it and use it more, particularly in arena challenges, I'll really appreciate it. But I just don't feel like that really takes full advantage of what he could have had, if that makes any sense. But Super Repulsor is the Soul Gem. A new wheel makes thrown objects gain increased damage, range, and speed. Now it'll be interesting to see how this stacks up with the Static Buildup round, but this is 2240. So we'll go ahead and see if it's going to impact anything, or if it will just be Magneto Ball and eject. So where we left off, Magneto Ball, again, was 25 to 38. We're going to go ahead, and that's just secondary button, secondary button. So that's the case of the Wii U. It's the A button that we've used to pick him up. It's the A button we'll use to throw. And that's going to be the same, 45 to 68. Then eject, you pick up with the A button. Your tertiary button, which is the X on the Wii U, throws it behind you. It was sitting at also 25 to 38 and 45 to 68 there. So, and the boost forward damage looks like we were sitting at 30 there. That's interesting, because that does not match. Okay, well that one did, the 55. So let's try now. This is going to be the big question. You know, I've shown you this one, you know, just straightforward with the secondary, which is your box stock, and then with the tertiary, that throws it behind you. And now what I want to do is down Drag Racer, when you press Y to throw forward, so it will do 30 to 45. So I was thinking I saw that 45. I mean, you get the idea of what I'm doing here. You can see how useful this would be. Granted, you can easily do that just by pressing another tap of the A button. As soon as you quit moving, he stops. So it's still going to be 30 to 45. So it does absolutely nothing for the Drag Racer path. Man. You know, I think Static Buildup's better, because it makes eject do a ton of damage. Now the Drag Racer path, the thing is, I think this will be a deal. Drag Racer is going to work really well for the arena challenges, and then if you're more interested in like bonus missions or story mode, you're probably going to want to take the Static Buildup path. That's where I'll leave it. I'm kind of disappointed in both paths down below. Up top, I love both of them. There are things I could have done differently, but I mean, up top, I can't complain about either one. Down here, I feel like there should have been, you know, something where when we're skating along like this, even if it's just as he goes by, you know, he deals out, you know, magnetic energy that shocks enemies or stuns enemies or something, you know. I don't know. I would have personally liked to have really seen that. Now, note that just like last time with Magna Charge, the Super Repulsor Soul Gem on the bottom end does make the wheel blue. It kind of has that electro charge look to it as well. Some people may prefer green. I think the green probably looked better with Nitro. But you know, it's not a terrible change. You'll also occasionally see like the top magnet kind of spark up. But that was the drag racer path. Again, it's not quite what I was hoping for, but I do think, in all honesty, as I play with it, particularly like in arena challenges, I think is going to come in pretty handy. Static build-up, though, probably your better bet for story mode. So I'll leave it at that. Again, up top, I loved both paths. Down low, personally, I would have, like I said, would have liked to have seen, you know, something to do with this guy is so fast and so full of, you know, static electric energy or something that he's leaving a wake of it. It's burning the pavements. You know, he's statically shocking and slowing enemies, something along those lines, you know. I think it's one of those deals as I play with him with both Magna Charge, Static Buildup, and Nitro's Drag Racer. I think I'll, you know, quit griping as much about them. But just here initially, I'm just kind of disappointed there wasn't like more to do with his unique abilities, you know. Particularly, I think my biggest deal with Drag Racer, I feel like it's really redundant. Static buildup at least did something different, you know. But I'll leave it at that. I would probably, even though it's redundant, I would say if you're concerned about arena challenges, going for scores there, take Drag Racer. If you're into the bonus missions, story mode, things like that, probably Static Buildup. PvP, I don't really know. I'd have to play and see how they both kind of panned out there. But Static Buildup does have the bigger numbers, so it might be the more realistic one to go. Because when you're going against another opponent, I don't know that Drag Racer would yield the same benefits it would as if you've got 30 Greebles and Chompies in a small confined area to eradicate really fast with Drag Racers. So take that with a grain of salt. Again, as I play him, I think I'll kind of come around to both of the bottom paths more. The good news is up top, you can't go wrong with either one of them, in my opinion. Down here, I think my biggest disappointment just lack of uniqueness that I expected, and then I feel like Drag Racer is somewhat repetitive. But that said, I do think both paths have their merits and will be useful in different situations. More importantly, though, if you're still conflicted on which path to take, I've got all of this stuff recorded. You can take that link at the top of the video description box. It will take you to a post dedicated to Nitro and Standard Magna Charge. You will see base upgrades for both. You will see the upgrade paths for all four. Similarly, you will have access to my exclusive spreadsheet which outlines the damage numbers for each and every attack, and that should help you make the best choice for your fleet of Magna Charge or Nitro Magna Charge, depending on what you want to do and your personal playstyle. So be sure to check that out and make sure you're subscribed. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Again, thanks for watching, and I will catch you back here as we move on to upgrade Tech Element Swapper Spyrise. So that should be pretty fun. I've heard a lot of good things about him, and he's pretty interesting and tough, as is Box Stock. So he'll be another fun one to kind of see how he fully upgrades down all of his paths. So stay tuned for that on oneofwisdom.com, and I will catch you back here shortly.